guys, welcome back to Simply Fujica, and as you can see and hopefully you saw from the setup in the intro that we are doing a vision board. So there's no guest. Today's video is talking about Vision Board 2023. Guys, what's exciting about this is how I was introduced to YouTube. Fun fact, a couple of years ago, some of you may have heard of Erin on Demand. I actually watched one of her vision board videos, and that inspired me to not only do a vision board, but to start a YouTube channel. So this is how I was introduced to YouTube. This is one of the first videos that I saw, and I have always wanted to do my own vision board video. So guys, I was thinking October is the perfect time because as we get closer to the holidays, our focus starts to shift into presents and meals and things of that nature. So before we get to all of that, I want to make sure that we spend some time reflecting on what's important for us and what we want to achieve in 2023. So guys, if you're interested, and I hope you are, then stick around for the ride. Scrapping on? It's recording, it's recording. We are talking about Vision Board 2023. I feel so crazy even saying that. Can you guys believe that the year is actually almost over? Because I know I can't. As wonderful as 2022 was for me, I am so excited to get to 2023 because I just know that there are great things in store for me and for you. And so this video is really talking about putting that vision together for yourself. And so what I wanted to do before we get to the activity of putting the board together and me revealing it to you is I wanted to tell you how I approach putting together my vision board. So the first step that I do is really sit down and create goals for myself. So how I would have you look at this is at the end of 2023, because I think we do this every year. Just like I said a moment ago, can you believe we're at the end of 2022? When you look back, what were you hoping to achieve? And so really this is you taking that time to say, this time next year, what do I want? You know, is it a better job? Is it a better income? Is it for me to become more spiritual, to find a Bible home? It's what are those things? What would make you happy? And so I always tell people, you have to take an inventory of yourself in order to say that. Because you would be so surprised if you asked people what they wanted or what would make them happy, how many times you would hear, I don't know, I don't really spend time thinking about that. So that's the first thing. Really sit down and really understand what is it that you want to accomplish. Okay guys, the second step is once you have decided what you want to accomplish, you want to put a theme around it. So I think I've shared before, a couple of years how this started with me is that I was invited, and Tiffany, if you're listening, shout out to you because I am talking about you. I was invited to a call where we were to write down our goals, and we spent some time praying over those goals, praying over the upcoming year. Those goals were surrounding 4 areas: finance, spiritual, personal, and business. Ever since that year, I have done that same thing. It's what are my goals in each of those areas. And so it may be different for you. You may want to, and I do see this commonly where it's just whatever my goals are, I'm putting everything out there. There's no right or wrong answer. Remember, this is your vision. This is your vision board. But whatever it is, you really want to make sure you have a theme. You don't want to set some goals that are so high that you won't be able to obtain it, because then that's kind of disappointing. It's demotivating, and then at that point it's kind of like, why am I doing this? So you really want to create goals that are stretch goals, certainly, but that you can obtain. The third thing that you want to do is put your ideas on paper. So I will tell you this, we gathered magazines over the past couple of weeks. We definitely thought of Bible verses that inspired us, so we pulled up images that corresponded to those Bible verses. We used Canva. So I know a lot of you are familiar with Canva, so you can pull up those elements, pull up that different text, pictures that really speak to you, so that you can really make the vision board yours. You can really create it to represent you, so that by the time you're done with it, it's attractive to you. Because remember, throughout the year, you're going to keep going back to it. You're looking at it, and you're constantly reminding yourself, what's my vision for this year? What am I working towards? Guys, the last and final step is have fun. This is a fun exercise. What I love about it is you are taking time out for you to really think about what you want your life to be. I was talking to a girlfriend yesterday, and we were talking about how she was really able to speak over herself and create the life that she wanted to live. She has her marriage, she has her child, they have their home, they just opened a brand new business. These are things that she went after aggressively. These are things that she said in her mind represented success. So what does your vision of success look like? I love this exercise because no one gets to tell you what it is. This is coming from inside of you that you're pulling out and you're now going to work towards. And then guys, what I'm going to do, and I'll invite you guys to do the same thing, is next October, next November, let's sit down and say, hey, how many of these goals am I able to scratch off? What actually happened with my year? Because that's the complete goal of this exercise. Okay guys, so this is the finished product. So as I mentioned earlier, I divide my vision board up into 4 areas. So all things personal, business, spiritual, and finance. So I'm going to start with just 2023 for me. It's going to be a journey redefined, if you will, because I have decided in my life, earlier in my career, I played it safe. And so these last couple years and moving forward is really redefining that journey. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot of question marks, because a lot of it I am surrendering to my Heavenly Father. But I'm going to start with personal. So for personal, you'll see shift your path to greater well-being. A goal for mine is just to be more healthy. So that's physically, that's mentally, that's spiritually. So I don't have a picture of what that looks like because I will be evolving to that. Okay, so that's how I looked at that. This little children's book, I love this one, The Little Boy Under the Tree of Life. I am going to be writing 2 children's books in the year of 2023, and this personal one is more about my oldest son. So I don't want to talk about titles right now. I'm sure they will all be revealed next year. You will lay hold of it. That is actually my saying for next year. I always want to have a saying going into the year. Last year is, life belongs to the bold. This year, I was in prayer. For those of you who watched my Wednesday night of worship, I was in prayer one day, and this is what came out of that. And so I am really standing all of that the rest of this year and going into 2023, that I will lay hold of it. Going over down to business, Simply Successful. As you guys know, if you go onto my website, I've already launched a couple of classes, courses, and I launched an ebook. So I want to continue in that way. I want to make Simply Successful bigger and have more resources available to you. There's a second book here that is going to be more, it's really inspired by my second son, by my youngest son, but I feel like people of color in general will be able to benefit from it. And so that's why I put that one under the business section, and then I have the other one under the personal section. So again, more to come in 2023. For spirituality, I do always go into a year with a verse. This year I'm concentrating on Jeremiah 1:12, which is, "Then the Lord said to me, you have seen well, for I am watching over my word to perform it." So whatever promise you take from the Bible, whatever you're standing on, he's assuring us in this verse that he is watching over his word to perform it. and even saying that to you right now, I'm just so thankful for that. So I know that all of this and more will be coming to pass. This picture, I put this in the middle because I love this picture. And it's really speaking to me of who the person I'm evolving and becoming to be. You know, I've always wanted to be a businesswoman. And so this Simply Fujica cup that I have in my hand, it stands for me for creativity and freedom. And so, you know, she's still evolving, but right now I love this picture. I love the person looking back at me. That's why I like this picture. For finance, I have a big surprise on here because it's not something I can talk about today, but I am working on another business venture. And so that venture as well will be coming to pass. Actually, a couple of business ventures. Those business ventures will be coming to pass in 2023. So again, more to come. I will be talking more about them. But I have success here, and as you can see on the chart, it's just going higher and higher. Because that's how I envision myself. That's how I envision next year, just moving higher. Whatever that is, whatever God wants to bless me with. I put on here, we did it, because I'm going to have plenty of those we did it moments. So I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for 2023 because I know so much goodness is going to come out of that year. And then I have question mark. The reason why I have a question mark there, and I know typically you see cars on these types of things, or you'll see $100,000 or $500,000 or $1 million. I don't want to limit God's hands. So whatever He has for me in next year, that's what I will be ready to receive. And so this is my lovely vision board. What do y'all think? Okay guys, that is all I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is a video that I have been wanting to do since I started my channel about 2.5 years ago. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any different approaches, if you do your vision boards a little bit differently, enter that information in the comments. Other than that, you guys, I'm wishing you a safe, productive, goal-oriented, successful 2023. That's all I have, guys. Stay blessed.